Manchester United are back on their perch for the first time in a January since 2013. And we all know how that season ended. It's with no surprise that I say this. Manchester United have beaten Burnley at Turf Moor. It's finished. Manchester United 1, Burnley 0, and Manchester United are going to win the league. I truly think they're going to do it now. I said it before the game. This isn't strictly about what we've just witnessed. Please see this tweet for proof, categoric proof. But it's a big win. And the nature of this win really does fill me with confidence in Manchester United. They've got lucky to be in this position, but you know, we're virtually halfway through the season. We're in January. They are top of the league. They're 3 points clear. We must now take their title challenge very seriously. And a win at Turf Moor is huge. It is huge. This Turf Moor thing is quite an interesting one because people seem to think that Burnley away is a really tough team for members of the Big Six. And it's actually not true at all. In fact, Burnley have only won one in 26 against the Big Six. But for Manchester United, weirdly, it is a tough place. I think it hasn't been since 1975-76, Tommy Docherty, that Manchester United have done a double over Burnley. So it is a very tricky fixture for Manchester United, and Manchester United have shone today. They've got the result. They fought. It was gritty. And these are the victories that take you to the title. I remember when Chelsea won the league under Jose Mourinho. It was a scrappy 1-0 win at Ewood Park. A goal from Arjen Robben in a game where Arjen Robben broke his foot in February. That is where Chelsea virtually won the title. It's where we knew that it was going to happen. And this kind of victory cannot be underplayed. I thought Burnley played well. I thought Burnley were decent. I thought they had a fairly decent first half. It was a fairly controversial first half due to refereeing incompetence. But they had a decent first half and they were excellent in the last 10 minutes, weirdly, Burnley. They really went for it in the last 10 minutes, but the class of Manchester United really did shine. Oh, I just have to let you know before I go any further that this video is brought to you by OneFootball. I'm delighted to tell you that I've partnered with OneFootball for a series of videos across this month, and this video is brought to you by them. It is an excellent app. You must consider downloading it. You can find out exactly how in the link in the description below, but I cannot recommend this app highly enough. It gives you everything you need to know. You can select a various number of teams across world football, and anytime anything happens with that team, you will be notified. It's excellent to find out all your football news. It keeps you totally up to date, and I cannot recommend this app highly enough. Click the link in the description below to find out more. But yeah, as I was saying, Burnley were decent. You know, I think they'll count themselves unlucky because they probably should have had a penalty for the Maguire handball, but equally, Harry Maguire's goal should have stood. If that goal doesn't count, then I don't really know what a goal is anymore. Because Maguire did absolutely nothing wrong. Nobody did anything wrong, actually. I think there was some suggestion that other people were involved in the build-up to it, but that has to be a goal. You know, chalking off goals like that, it brings us back to the boring points about VAR. The VAR are exploring reasons to rule out goals. And that isn't the point of VAR. VAR hasn't been created to do its best to stop goals counting. It's to make sure that all fair goals are at stand. But what it's actually doing, it's robbing us of legitimate goals, and it has done that tonight. But like I said, Burnley were good. They will feel slightly aggrieved regarding that handball, but it all evens out. It really does. And ultimately, the class told. It was Bruno Fernandes and it was Paul Pogba. They just shone. They were magnificent. And do you know what I thought? When I saw that Paul Pogba's name was on the starting team sheet for tonight, perhaps incorrectly, I assumed that might mean that he doesn't start against Liverpool. I thought that Manchester United might go into that game on Sunday. What a game that is, by the way. We're going to be on the kickoff for that, so make sure you are subscribed to the True Geordies channel to find out exactly how to watch that. That is going to be incredible. But I thought that Paul Pogba wouldn't play that game because he played tonight, and I thought Manchester United would go more cautious in the game against Liverpool. But Paul Pogba has virtually made himself undroppable after that performance. He gets the winner, but it was a class act all the time. His majesty, his vision, his enthusiasm, his eye for the perfect pass. He was so good tonight. And look, I think it's fair to say that he is in the final chapter of his Manchester United career. But he could deliver a huge parting gift to Manchester United. I think that he could secure them their first title for 8 years as he bids them farewell. And there is no reason why that doesn't happen. It's going to be very interesting to see if he starts on Sunday, though. I don't see how he can't start now because of that performance. It was so good. But it's a huge, huge day. And something very significant happened today as well. Manchester United are a club that now believe they can win the league. It's not about optimism anymore. It's not about just sheer will. It's about true, genuine belief. The final whistle blew tonight, and something as significant as anything that happened in the match actually happened post the final whistle. And it was the reaction of Fletcher and all of the players. You could see that there was something there, something bright, something glimmering. And I think that these Manchester United players now, there was a roar. Where the camera was positioned at the full-time whistle, it was near David De Gea. He let out this almighty roar at the full-time whistle, securing the 3 points. He was elated. And I think that there is a belief in the Manchester United ranks now that they genuinely can win the league. They are going into a match against Liverpool 3 points clear. You know, it's virtually a year to the day since they last played against Liverpool. And they went into that corresponding fixture 27 points behind. They are now 3 points clear. They also finished that day 30 points behind. Be very interesting to see how this one turns out. But like I say, Manchester United are now back on their perch for the first time in January since 2013. This really is a huge moment, and the nature of this victory will tell you everything that you need to know about this Manchester United team. And the game was settled by that bit of quality from the man himself, Paul Pogba. The form that he has been demonstrating of late is nothing short of masterful. And if he does end up leaving Manchester United and it transpires that Mino Raiola was right and he's going to leave in the summer, what a parting gift he could do. He could lead this Manchester United team to the title for the first time in 8 years. And his form is showing that he is desperate to do that. He's making himself undroppable. Solskjaer has to play him, and the goal was outstanding. He played brilliantly, Pogba. Really was head and shoulders above anyone else on the pitch tonight. But the goal was superb. He was involved in the build-up play. It went wide to Rashford. Rashford was playing on the right. Didn't look great. And you kind of understand why the pursuit of Sancho was so vigorous through the summer. And you wonder if that will be reignited because they are slightly weaker on that side. Dan James has been fairly anonymous when he's played there. But I digress. We need to focus on the brilliance of the mercurial man, Mr. Pogba. Cross comes in from Rashford. It's funny, isn't it? We say he didn't have a good game, but still nicks the assist. Pings it over. Pogba on the volley, slightly deflected through Pope's legs. But the crispness of the strike is what shows you quite how good a goal it was. And Paul Pogba deserved it. He deserved a bit of luck that came with the goal because he was outstanding this evening. And it's when you see a result and a performance like that, it's when you truly realise that Manchester United have all of the attributes that are capable of winning this Premier League. If you want to make it a game of football and play the game in the purest sense, Manchester United can play with you and they can beat you. They have players that are up there with the best in the world. Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Eric Bailly, Marcus Rashford. They are all worthy of being considered at the top table of world football. But equally, and now this is where it gets very interesting for Manchester United, if you want to make it a fight, if you want to have a scrap, if ultimately you want it to be combat, they can fight you. And that's what happened today, as you would expect from Sean Dyche. He made it a scrap, and Manchester United had the answers, and that is huge. It really is, because you need that element. When I'm talking about this combat, by the way, and talking about Sean Dyche, I'm not saying it in any sort of a negative sense. I think when we start talking about this side of the game and the aggressive, combative side of the game, people think that it's some sort of lesser game. I don't. It has negative connotations, but not for me. I think that it's pure. I think it's a contact sport, and I love the rugged side of the game. So I'm not knocking it at all. But crucially, Manchester United have the answers. You know, we know how they can play football. We know the goals that Bruno Fernandes has it in him to score. We know that Paul Pogba is one of the best midfielders in the world. But if you want to have a fight with Manchester United, Eric Bailly will have a fight with you. Harry Maguire will have a fight with you. Nemanja Matic will have a fight with you. Edison Cavani will have a fight with you. And that's what happened today with Burnley. You know, the likes of me, the likes of Tarkowski, the likes of Ashley Barnes, they were all riled. And they were keen on having an aggressive set to with Manchester United. And Manchester United answered in the most emphatic fashion. They matched them on that front, and then they opened the door to that little bit of quality that is enough to see them through. And that is why they are now my tip for the top. I don't know if it's because I've been sitting near Adam McCullough on the kickoff for too long and he's been getting into my head via osmosis, but this 21 is coming thing is really resonating with me at the moment, and it's late. Maybe I'm going mad, but I genuinely think that Manchester United are now going to win the league. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed this chat. I'll be in the comments, so do let me know what you think. If you have enjoyed it, please consider giving it a like. And if you really enjoyed it, consider clicking the subscribe button. I'll be honoured. I'll see you all soon. Cheers.